Hello, my beautiful Aries. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot horoscope. So if you find any cards that resonate with you in this weekly horoscope reading, Aries, let me know in the comments below which cards do. Because that's how I keep up with you, darling, is through the comments, Aries. As well, if you enjoy this weekly July horoscope, I would love for you to give this video a like and subscribe. Or, honey, even if you just enjoy my vibe for the day, you just enjoy this outfit, honey, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe, Aries, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys take that step to do that for me. Keep in mind, though, Aries, when it comes to receiving tarot readings, any type of tarot reading, but in specific, this weekly reading for you, Aries, they're just here to give you some food for thought. I believe this horoscope is just here to give you some perspective, some food for thought, something to think about, but never making the decisions in your life, Aries, because it's your life to live, not mine, and not these tarot cards. So use your intuition, darling. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards. So all that being said, let's just jump into your reading this week, Aries. Let's see what's going on with you, right? How I want to start this out for you, Aries, is we're going to be pulling some cards just to see your starting point, right? See where you're currently at, darling, right? So let's see. How are my Aries currently feeling right now? Let's see here. The moon keeps trying to come out, so we're not going to pull it out, though, Aries, because it's not at the top, but I just wanted to make note of that. So for some of you, Aries, you probably might be feeling like a little bit in the dark about something. You may not feel as if you know quite who to trust. If it's about a person, you may not know in terms of like if it's not like a social situation, kind of how something will just pan out, Aries, right? You kind of feel like a little bit in the dark. Maybe for this is like you're putting out some feelers right now and seeing and just, you know, hopefully having a good turnout on something, right? But you don't know right now. So something I want to note with that moon card, I don't normally leave messages like that, but that was especially apparent. Funnily enough, though, I guess it's not really funny for you guys, Aries. This Three of Swords comes in for you guys. So you guys are in this place of feeling a little bit hurt. I sense some hurt feelings. I sense this place of just trying to just keep it going, right? Aries, you may be in this place of trying to find ways to just boost up your energy. Even, you know, if you're like around other people, some people, Aries, you may feel like there's this pressure for you to just kind of be more uplifted and just acting a little bit more peck to your step or whatever. Perp to your step. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Aries? My gosh. More perk to your step. There we go. Even though you don't really feel like it, right? It takes a lot more energy for you to be like a human being, it may feel, right? For some of you guys, Aries, nothing may even necessarily be wrong, right? You guys may just be going through like the emotions of things and just, you know, kind of just having like an okay week. Nothing really necessarily glaringly wrong, but at the same time, nothing really fabulous happening, right? Your battery just may be going a little bit low, right? Your social battery. But here's the thing, Aries, I feel almost as if like you still want to be around other people, you still want to do things. It's just this like, for some of you, Aries, you may have just been having a little bit of a battle with like some anxiety, depression, insecurity. I feel like it's a little bit of an internal thing of where it's like your intentions are like you're wanting to be productive, you're wanting to do things, Aries, but then there's like some type of mental hurdle. There's like a hair, honey, that I'm like seeing in my eye and I can't get it. Oh. There's like the mental hurdle, it feels, whether that's your anxiety or stress and just what have you. I feel like it makes it hard for you to really put your intention into play. You want to be really productive, you want to get things done, but it's just very hard for you to get going. High Priestess card coming in for you, Aries. And so this is letting me know as well, you're very just like recluse this week, Aries. I just get this sense of where it's like, even when you're just around other people, because I do get this sense that you want to be, there's like this desire to be around other people, but once you're either out, you're kind of just spending that time like dissociating and just being like when can I go home, right? And ends up, it probably feels as if like once you go out, like your mind, you're just like, man, I really want to socialize, I really want to make some friends, what have you. But once you're actually in the middle of doing it, you're just like, oh my god, I just want to go home. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this, Aries. feels like you just can't win, like no matter what it is you do. Knight of Swords, yeah, you guys are just all over the place, Aries. I would definitely suspect, especially with that moon card coming in, I'm gonna be considering that card even though we didn't pull it, Aries, just because with this Knight of Swords now, it's making a lot more sense, where it's just like maybe even like during the night, that's when you're feeling your most motivated, Aries. You're just like, you go to bed at night and you're just like, all right, when I wake up in the morning, honey, I'm gonna get my 30 minutes on the treadmill in. That's what I've been doing now, Aries. I've been making more of a point to just like do my working out or like as soon as possible rather than waiting until nighttime, because it's like getting it done as soon as possible. So you go to bed with these strong intentions, but then you wake up and it's just like a different story, honey. You're just like, I don't actually feel that. You don't have that motivation anymore. And so for some of you, Aries, you may even feel like and being like, if only I could just bottle up what it is that you feel and then just be able to like sell it, or just even consume it for yourself, honey, so you can actually follow through with these plans that you want to do, right? That's where I feel like you're currently at. Let's get one last card to close this off though. Three of Pentacles in the reverse for you. All right, now Aries, are you guys having a little bit of a struggle in terms of like the work life, right? In terms of just because with the Three of Pentacles, this is usually like some drama in the work life, right? Whether this is around in regards to like maybe some of you guys have some annoying coworkers or your peers, or just kind of like I don't want to say annoying, right? Let's not add that negative connotation to it. Let's just say like things are just not meshing right now. Your energy just isn't meshing with others, right? Naturally, just because with that Three of Swords, High Priestess and stuff, it's like there's nothing necessarily wrong with them perhaps, but it's just like because you're in this place, you can probably only be around people, Aries, who just get it, right? We all have those people in our lives, or we've experienced those people in our lives where they can't handle being alone in their own thoughts, right? They can't handle just a little bit of quietness. There always has to be a little bit of noise going on. They can't be silent with their thoughts, right? And I feel like you would really benefit, Aries, for you to just be around other people or connect with like other introverts, right? And just be able to just like do your own work in silence with them alongside you. I do feel as if Aries, you know, and I know it's probably going to be a weird message. Admittedly, I wouldn't be able to do it myself, probably. I don't want to say I wouldn't be able to, but I don't think that would be my first reaction, honey, of where it's just like, oh, hey, friend, can we just like FaceTime? We don't have to talk about anything, honey. And, you know, I'm just wanting to do these dishes and I just want to have some other presence around. I feel like you just need some type of just presences around, Aries, just so that way, like, while you are in your thoughts about things and processing things, you're not quite alone, but you still have the space to think things through. So going back to this Three of Pentacles though, some of you guys may be having, well, why this Three of Pentacles, right? Let's not do that. Death card coming in the reverse. So some of you guys are kind of freaking out about like your job in terms of your finances, right? Maybe Aries, you guys have been experiencing a little bit of a slowing experience when it comes to your finances, right? Money is not coming in as quickly and you're trying to resist that. For some of you guys, you may just be worried about just like your job in general, or just like it feels like something's on the line and you're fighting for it to just maintain keeping it afloat, whether it's in terms of just like but I do feel like it's something to do with some type like something work related, finance related, for you, Aries. So yeah, you guys are in this place right now. I can imagine how tough that must be for you right now, really trying to just keep your head afloat, right? I'm being shown, Aries, the scene from Titanic, or where it's like, you know, the iconic scenes are like, and just where it's just like, Jack, too ridiculous. Where Jack's trying to just keep his head above water because Rose, isn't that her name? Rose, that white girl, honey, where she is just like, oh, I just need all this space, Sterling, for all this privilege. And so Jack's just trying to keep his head above water, honey. But I digress. It feels like for some of you Aries, you're just really trying hard to keep your head afloat right now. And you're doing a good job, right? You know, I know you're feeling a little bit reclusive right now. But you're doing what you need to do. Just make sure that you're not going about this completely alone. Even if you have, I'm about to annoy my cat. Even if you just like are around your pet more often, get a pet, Aries. Some of you guys may be considering, like, if you're completely alone, obviously, like, with responsibility, of course, right? Don't just get a pet. But who am I, girl? I'm just a tarot reader. Y'all do your business, right? I just feel like you would benefit from some type of outside source that could comfort you and just be around without having to commit to the full, like, actual social interaction. Aries. So coming up for this week for you, Two of Wands, right? This is talking about achievement. This is why I'm being pretty optimistic for you, Aries, because it's showing to me where it's like, while you guys persevere, like if you guys persevere through this, you know, staying the course, you guys are going to get a lot accomplished this week. You guys are really, by the end of this week, I feel like being able to just be like, I'm glad you're gonna be like having that deep breath and be like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't allow this situation, allow the stresses to consume me. I really am glad I pushed myself and kept through. Right? I really do feel like that's gonna be that kind of situation where something kind of turns out where it's just is like, oh, I'm really glad I did that. So we have the Three of Swords. Ah, come on, girl. Let's go, baby. Three of Swords in the reverse. This shows to me that you guys actually overcome this. As I was saying, darling, like, I mean, I'm not trying to stoke my own ego, honey, because ego don't, honey, ego don't pay the bills, honey. Trust and believe. I don't care what y'all, you know, so I'm not trying to stoke my own flame here, Aries, but, you know, as someone that also consumes tarot readings for many years before being a professional tarot reader, you know, this is what you want to look for, right? This is it, darling, right? You want to have like this nice flow of cards. This is why I use multiple decks, because, you know, it removes that skepticism. You are going to overcome this, Aries, and I feel like I need to really hone in on that message where it's like, you're going to make it, right? For some of you, Aries, you guys may have just especially if this is in regards to finances, you guys may had like not used to having things working out, right? Maybe you've been really trying hard to get to a certain level in your financial success and just stability in general, right? Because that's what Pentacles really represents, stability. Justice card, you've been getting the Justice card pretty often, Aries. Coming in, you want to just have things be nicely balanced, Aries. You may not even be having like a high standard for things, right? You may just want things to just feel good, right? Some of you guys, I get this sense, Aries, where you maybe were a little bit more neurotic and needed to have a little bit more control on things, and now I feel like you're getting this better sense of just release and just being like, well, allow the cards to fall where they may, right? You just want to be happy. You just want to get to this place of just having things working out, right? You no longer want to be thinking about, it's like, oh, how am I going to pay this next bill, right? You know, you don't want to be thinking about just being like, oh, like, am I going to end up being homeless next week? Or you know, really going back into, funnily enough, that moon card that I noticed at the beginning. I'm so glad we talked about that at the start, right? Two of Wands in the reverse coming in here. Now, this is showing to me, Aries, I'm more so like where you guys started to lose faith, right? You know how I've been, like, I started saying in this reading where I felt as if you guys, Aries, are necessarily it's taking a lot for you guys to maintain your battery being filled and just keeping going, right? It's being hard to keeping the faith. Now that I bothered my cat, she's awake and wanting to just like be like, all right, honey, you bothered me, honey. Now you owe me some pets. I feel like it's been for a long time coming for a lot of you, Aries. You guys had some big goals, big dreams, right? And because those big goals, big dreams, they take a little bit to come into fruition. You know, there's parts of that journey where you have to, the only support system you got, the only thing you have going for you to keep you going on why it is you're doing the things that you're doing, Aries, is with yourself. You know, I feel like for some of you guys, you need to remind yourself, Aries, of why it is you're doing the things that you're doing, right? Thinking about the big picture and being able to acknowledge, Aries, that, you know, the big things, the big goals and dreams that you want, while I'm not trying to downplay it and tell you to think smaller, absolutely not, Aries, but acknowledge that you're trying to manifest something major, right? And by acknowledging that, then it's a lot easier to not be as self-deprecating about it when it's not coming right away. Tower card coming in here. So I want to get a couple more clarifiers on this just because of naturally like the bold message of the Tower card, Aries. So let's get into this, right? Why is this Tower card here? Ace of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, this is more so not as scary as I was initially thinking for you, Aries. This is more so just like your thoughts, right? You need to do away with your mindset, Aries. I really do feel like some of you guys need to, I forget which sign I said this for before, Aries, but there's another sign I told, maybe it was you from last week, darling, where it's like, I feel like someone needs to have like a really, you need to be around people who will like tell you the truth and be blunt with you, Aries, right? To really snap you out of your mindset, because I really do feel like you got to do away with where you're currently at, where your thought process is at, where your perception is at with multitude of things, not just with yourself, but mainly with yourself with the Ace of Swords and your thoughts. But it's just like, I feel like you need to be challenged more, Aries. You need some type of outside source if you're not willing to challenge yourself more, because I know it's a little bit harder to, you know, it's shadow work, darling, right? Everything on ourselves and holding ourselves accountable. You know, I did talk about putting yourselves, Aries, like, you know, maybe you would benefit from like a trainer, perhaps, right? Where you're not having that committed, like having to have a conversation with them and you can just work out, right? I feel like you would just like benefit from having some type of outside source holding you accountable, adding to your structure, right? So now, Aries, let's get into your messages from your spirit guides this week. Let's see what it is that you should be working on, darling. Let's see, this card wanted to come out. King of Cups, integrity, stability, darling. So definitely working at confirming what I was feeling, like just like your mental feeling and just like keeping yourself afloat and just like giving yourself reassurance, right? The King of Cups is all about maintaining a stoic presence in the time of chaos, right? Being able to keep your head afloat, quite literally, right? With this King of Cups, you know, I'm gonna hold this card up a little bit longer for some of those who like appreciate this artwork, honey. But yeah, Nine of Wands coming in for you. This is your journey. This is your challenge, Aries. Is to really get a better grasp. And I'm not like, I hope my verbiage, Aries, is not coming off as if I think you're unstable, right? You know, we all deal with like stresses in our lives that like kind of force us to step up to the plate. And I feel like for you guys are just, Aries, in this place of upgrading like what it is that you can handle, what it is that you can put under your belt, and take through. Strength card coming in as well. Shadow work. Well, this is the shadow work card. I said shadow work earlier. This is your lesson, Aries. You really, the challenges coming to you this week is all about challenging how you're going to handle being thrown into a situation, right? And overcoming it and mastering it. Six of Wands in the reverse with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, right? Overcoming this doubt in yourself of things not working out. If your thing is like, oh, you know, if your mindset is like where you don't feel like you are deserving of abundance, whatever, you know, work through this and figure out, it's like, well, why are you this insecure, Aries? Ask yourself that question. Why are you so insecure about that? Or why are you, insert description here for how it identifies for yourself? And I feel like that's the question you need to be asking yourself this week. So buckle up, darling, this week, I would say, Aries, because you're definitely going to be getting some challenges, right? See this week as a way of being like, all right, spirit guys, all right, whatever it is you subscribe to, be like, all right, what am I being, what is like this supposed to show me here? What is this tapping into with myself that I need to work on with myself, right? So yeah, now, Aries, let's get into your social situations this week. Let's see what's going on for your social life. And when I say social life, this could be romantic, this could be platonic, darling, this could be the work life, right? Let's see what's going on socially for you, what you can expect. Seven of Swords, confusions and setbacks. So this is where it is, you guys, a lot of you guys are identifying with that through your swords, right? This is where this distrustful energy comes in for you, Aries, where it's like, it feels like this is like your hurdle, almost, where it's just like allowing yourself to open up to others. Because notice I was like pushing for you guys just to engage with other social things. I feel like you guys would really benefit. Yeah, Seven of Wands coming forward to you in the reverse. You guys need to learn to be a little bit more trusting, Aries, a little bit more vulnerable, if I'm going to be honest here. I do feel as if you're not used to allowing people to see like the real you, or like the softer, sensitive, more sensitive side of yourself, Aries, as like a defense mechanism. And I feel like you need to have just like putting yourself in more social situations where you can actually like experience like what it's like to be in like actual like healthy friendships and healthy like social connections and healthy family connections, right? You only may, for some of you Aries, you may only have a reference to like toxic situations, but not all people are toxic, Aries. Something you want to say. Eight of Cups coming in the reverse. So this is an interesting message, Aries. This is letting me know that a lot of you guys have been having these thoughts of being like, oh, should I get away from this? Should I move on from this? Just because of this distrustful energy, very flighty energy, Aries. I'm gonna be honest, you guys are just, this is like your pattern probably, where it's just like someone starts getting a little bit too close, then you start becoming flighty. Or the moment they do something, right, that like turns the knob in how you perceive them, and then it's like one week you're just like, oh yeah, I love this person, then the next week you're just like, the way they clink their spoon on the plate like annoys me, the way that they speak annoys me, right? It feels like that's like that polar shift, and you're debating on walking away. King of Wands coming in, Six of Cups. I feel like for some of you Aries, you're feeling super flighty about some type of social situation, and this is more so coming in as a challenge and seeing for yourself, Aries, and be like, instead of just walking away from this and dismissing the connection as something that's just not good for you, dismissing the connection, being like, oh, guess I shouldn't trust this. I know I shouldn't trust people, you know, that cynical nature that some of you Aries might have. See this, lean into this more. Remember, this is your lesson, King of Cups, being able to have a better grasp at your emotions and being able to just be better connected to them, Aries. Right now, darling Aries, let's get into your financial and career this week. What can we expect for your financial and career? What's it looking like in that avenue? Five of Cups, dwelling in avoidance. So this is what I was talking about before with that Three of Pentacles, darling Aries, right? A lot of you guys are having a little bit of anxiety when it comes to your finances and just your work environment in general, right? Let's see what this is about, right? We have here the Seven of Swords coming back in. This is the distrust. Something in your work life, Aries. You are like, I don't know if you feel like you're walking on eggshells. I don't know if you're just feeling overwhelmed with the fact, for you Aries, like you don't know what you need to do differently is something that I'm hearing. Page of Cups coming in the reverse. You guys are just going through a little bit of a tough stretch. Honestly, I'm seeing this as Aries. A little bit of a tough stretch, a little bit of a dry spell for my Aries that are self-employed when it comes to finances. I see you guys really stressing about the long term with this. Four of Pentacles, Five of Cups coming in here. Let me get one more with this. The Hanged Man coming in the upright. So Aries, this is really a week of where you kind of just have to ride the storm out, right? Four of Pentacles in the upright shows to me where you're keeping your investments where you placed them, right? Where your Four of Pentacles energy is, right? So ride this out, right? Continue riding out this storm. Resist really being flighty, Aries, right? That's kind of the message I want to like put out. It's just like resist being flighty. You know, ride this storm out just a little bit longer. I know some of you Aries may be freaking out right now, just trying to keep your head above water. I promise you, you're going to maintain that head above water, darling. You just have to see the storm through to the end. So yeah, Aries, that is the weekly tarot reading for the month of July that I have for you. If you enjoyed this tarot reading, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like and subscribe, darling. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Aries, my website is SimplyVelca.com. I leave it linked down in the comments below, as well as the description with my social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. All that is just SimplyVelca, darling. But Aries, hopefully I can connect with you sometime in the near future. I love you so much. Also, darling, if you have a friend that's into tarot, or even if they're not, darling, send them their weekly Zodiac video, and maybe they'll find a tarot message that resonates with them as well, and that'll be something y'all can talk about each week, right? But until next time, Aries, I love you so much. You have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful July 2021. Bye.